Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out to you from the sunny Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Joined today by the wonder Natasha Todorovic-Cowan. Is that a recent addition? Is there a
Well,
ring
that
you can
was my
flash up?
late yeah, that was my late husband's name, and I wanted to make sure that no
That
one
is
got him.
beautiful. That is beautiful. So you're here, I'm here, and we're going to cover a subject, folks, that, oh, by the way, where are you in the world?
I'm in sunny Santa Barbara, California. It just happens to be sunny. We're in the middle of June gloom, and the sun broke just as we got on.
Yay! Did you escape the fires? Was it a fire area?
It was souther. It was about, 60, 70 minutes south of us.
Devastating stuff. Anyway, on to happier subjects. Folks, Natasha is really smart. I'm not saying this because you hear Natasha, but, you might as well take it, right? Not many people talk about you like this, maybe to your face. But so the thing about Natasha, she's got energy. People talk about passion, but Natasha's passion is energetic and insightful. It's not just, woohoo. So a very smart person, very experienced. The subject today is how to make change work. And before you think, well, hang on, that's not sales and marketing. It is, because the marketplace moves the cheese all the time when it comes to marketing and how we're marketing and what we need to say and the medium we put it in. And that means everyone we're working with in our team needs to change. And that, of course, starts with you. So this whole subject of change, it's possibly the only competitive advantage that we can maintain is our ability to adapt to change. So, yeah, it's kind of important to sales and marketing. She's no stranger to change herself. She's been a part of two acquisitions. Her industry disappeared overnight, which is, oh, someone pulled the rug from under my feet here. And I had that happen too once. It's very disorientating. So, coping with that, navigating with that, pardon me, strategizing around that with a clear mind and a focus that's not buried in the disaster, but opens the door to possibilities is a big part of what Natasha does. So listen up, because this could be real valuable. Natasha, our time is going to start now. Question number one is, who is your ideal client?
This is a relational, transformational leader who is navigating complexity, whether they're scaling growth, integrating after a merger, a digital transformation, or turning around a team or a culture. They are ready to tackle what's really blocking sustainable change, and that is the people dynamics, cultural resistance, and the invisible forces that eat strategy alive.
Wow, there's a workshop on each one of those. Repeat them, please.
The people dynamics,
All right.
the
So that's the
cultural
interaction between
resistance?
people
Yes, that is what's happening within people and between people,
within
and
people.
how they cohere as a human relationship system.
Because there could be a lot of fear in there, a lot of insecurity in there.
All
I,
the emotions, all
right.
of the blocks, all of the insecurities, all of the joys, all of everything that
Right.
makes us human.
All the human being stuff. So what's the second one?
Um, then we said cultural resistance.
So is that like a group think?
So that's what happens when human beings come together and create a unit, a cohesive unit.
Right. So the working together, it's the way we do things around here. It's the culture, it's the DNA within the organization, cultural resistance. And number three,
The invisible forces.
example.
Examples of invisible forces are the motivational flows,
Ah,
the values and beliefs that remain hidden to people. The what we specialize in, the developmental forces, why we hold the beliefs we do and what we are willing to do and how we are willing to act as a result,
so this is
who
kind
we
of like
believe and who we don't.
three. So it's like three circles that overlap, right? Because there's
Mhm.
common ground between each of the three that probably can't be
Yes.
separated. So if someone should be reaching out to you or buying your book, but if someone has this need, What are some of the symptoms? What's going on in their business that they think, yeah, I better get a hold of Natasha?
Well, there's what's actually going on and what they think is going on. And what they think is going on is they're saying, communication sucks, or they're saying that it's the culture,
Right,
or they're saying they need leadership training, or they're saying they need team building,
right.
or they're talking about the same problem people over and over and over.
It
If you're
sounds like they're
spending
having recurring challenges with people, with processes, with protocols, with that they just need to lift the performance of their team. So the word cohesive, is that a part of that they're not experiencing this cohesiveness, the smoothness?
Any time there's a process problem, a productivity problem, a performance problem, it's a people problem. And you need to figure it out before it becomes a profit problem.
Right. So before the processes, the protocols, the platforms, we need to look at the people. Because I guess if you have the right people and they're performing well, they're going to fix everything else that's not right. If you have everything
There,
else right and you get the wrong people, they're going to stuff it up. So
you got it.
that's probably leads us nicely into question 4, which is, some of the common mistakes that people make is one of them is not starting with the people and focusing on the people. Anything else
Well,
that comes to mind?
yeah, absolutely. A lot of leaders do this self-diagnosis thing, right?
Yeah.
They're leaders because they're smart. And because they're smart, they think they've got the problem figured out. And they
Right.
bypass the analysis and get to solving the problem before they've actually identified the real problem.
So it's the Mark Twain thing. It's not what we don't know that hurts us. It's what we think we know that just ain't so.
Yeah, exactly.
And then and being smart is really contextual, isn't it? You can be very smart at maths, but really dumb with people, or you can be really smart with investment, but really dumb with, I don't know, looking after your property or something.
Or
Um,
or talking to your kids.
yeah. I thought it would be smarter not to talk to them, but that didn't work out so well. I'm just joking. Still talk to my kids all on most days. So what's let's I want to skip this question a sec because you got a new book out, and I didn't know that like 20 minutes ago, but I do now. And it looks like it's a crackerjack compilation, methodically presented, of a resource kit that people can use. So where do people get the book? Let's go there.
Um, and if they go to the show notes, they could get the book from you.
Yeah,
Um,
underneath the video there'll be some. But for people that are on a podcast and don't have, what's the URL?
that is books.spiraldynamics.org/making change work.
So www.books.spiraldynamics.org/making change work. And we had a little preview of this prior to starting the recording. You've got something that sounds really interesting. Chaos.
All right. So it's a chaos calculator.
Yes, chaos
And
calculator.
yeah, so you know how most organizations they just plot their costs and their numbers and all of that,
Mm,
and they have no clue what the people costs are.
mm.
And what this calculator does, along with the mini training that goes with it, is it helps you to find the numbers that you need, track them, and track the costs to your organization of missing these critical components.
I mean, that could potentially be priceless. So it's folks, go to the URL, have a look. There's what I wanted to bring out there was that yes, there's a book and it's undoubtedly fabulous because it's packed with all this methodologies and resource. But there's also a whole lot of other stuff you get, like the chaos calculator, which in and of itself, um, it's probably worth tens of thousands of dollars, but you get it with the book. So make sure you go get it. Running out of time, thanks to me talking too much. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
You didn't ask what is the cost of solving this, and I'll give you an example. Tony Hsieh, the late CEO of Zappos, estimated that the people costs to his organization were over 100 million. And that's why I included the chaos calculator.
Calculator. Yeah, because it could, if you don't do it right, that in his case, it could have been 100 million flushed down the toilet. Um, But so, folks, most of you are going to have a small business or a solopreneur. But I really encourage you to treat this subject matter with great importance, because there are times in my 50-something career where change was going on and I didn't know how to handle it. And the cost of that was not just in payroll, but it was also in stress and anxiety. So if you have a framework and a methodology for shifting through um, the inevitable, marketplaces change, consumer preferences change, your team changes, you change. This is not something that's an aberration. This is almost a constant. So it's one of those things that often, the solutions that often flies under the radar scope. So go get it, books.spiraldynamics.org/making change work. And while you're there, have a look around Natasha's website, because I think you'll find it's a veritable goldmine of methodologies and information. Natasha, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for rocking up and delivering such great value.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much, Tom, for having me.
Cheers.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.